Dark Gathering is a supernatural horror series based on a manga by Kenji Kondo and is animated by OLM, the studio that worked on Summertime Rendering and the second season of Nagatoro. This anime is centered around Keitaro Gentoga, a college freshman with heightened spiritual senses, and Yayoi Hozaki, a young child prodigy with the ability to see spirits. Keitaro takes a part-time job as a tutor in order to improve his social skills, which have diminished due to his time as a recluse. After encountering a dangerous spirit that cursed him and a close friend, he became a shut-in, crippled by the fear of the supernatural and the thought of putting someone in danger again. Fortunately, thanks to his family and his childhood friend Iko Hozaki, he has been able to successfully rejoin society. However, the normal life he desires is threatened when he starts tutoring his friend's cousin Yayoi, who loves ghosts and insists they visit haunted places. As Keitaro is dragged into dreadful paranormal encounters, Yayoi continues to look for the mysterious entity that took her mother and prepares to fight against it. Based on a few episodes that have released so far, Dark Gathering seems like a solid show with a cool concept. I like the idea of Yayoi collecting evil spirits like their Pokemon and trapping them inside plushies to use for her own purposes. She's essentially fighting fire with fire and putting the ghosts to use in a clever way. Her intelligence, fearlessness, and efficiency when dealing with the supernatural is shown off early on. The premiere effectively establishes the central characters and the tone of the series, which is typically dark and creepy, with some lighthearted scenes sprinkled throughout each episode. The comedy didn't really work for me most of the time, but I wouldn't say that it completely fell flat or wasn't executed well. There were several moments that got a chuckle out of me, like when the trio flees from the phone booth spirit, or Yayoi's interaction with Keitaro's grandmother in episode 2. The horror aspect of the series is a lot stronger, with OLM utilizing music as well as certain audio and visual effects to set the mood for certain sequences. They often make use of a film grain effect during scenes where the spirits attack Keitaro in addition to some of the brief flashbacks. These moments are directed competently, with the studio focusing on his reaction as he struggles in anguish. Generally speaking, OLM makes great use of different sound effects and the sound design is pretty solid. The weakest part of Dark Gathering's presentation is the animation, which is just okay. In regards to the characters, the author doesn't seem to be leaning heavily into common tropes with Keitaro and his friends. I personally found the cast to be enjoyable, although I suspect some viewers might hate the protagonist for being a weakling that has to be protected by a third grader most of the time. Hopefully there are more situations where he's forced to step up to help his allies, like in the third episode. Unlike Iko and her cousin, Keitaro hates scary stuff and would love to avoid it, but unfortunately supernatural entities are drawn to him. Iko is the only one out of the group that has no spiritual awareness, yet is always ready to check out spooky things and is usually in a chipper mood. There are a couple disturbing moments with this character that has me curious to see what will happen with her in the future. I'm getting total yandere vibes from her after watching the 4th episode, which further fleshes out her relationship with Keitaro. If the author is indeed making use of this archetype, then I just hope he doesn't go to the extreme with it. I don't think I've seen enough of the story yet to accurately judge its quality, since the series hasn't covered much ground so far. The show seems to be moving at a leisurely pace, with the protagonist currently on the fence about helping Yayoi capture and kill spirits. Kondo's writing is decent, although there is something that happens in the 3rd episode that could be a plot hole if it's not addressed later on. As it stands, Dark Gathering is shaping up to be an entertaining horror anime with a cool premise, likable cast, and dreadful sequences that are handled skillfully. I totally recommend checking this out if you're looking for something new in that genre. Anyway, if you've seen this series, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below, and as always, thanks for watching.